A while back, I invited my friend over to play some UFC 2, the greatest game of all time when you're a man, and we had decided to have a contest, a battle of wits, seeing who could have the most victories. So we organized the meeting because it was the only day during the week that they had a day off, and I didn't work. I was that friend you see on the Tuesdays having an entire Circulian, Horilian adventure going throughout the entire cosmos because I didn't have a job, but somehow I made money because rent gets paid regardless. That's right, I was that guy. So they come over. And lo and behold, I want to point something out. I had never made contact with this friend. I never locked eyes and linked with this friend in my entire life. I've never done that. Not once. Not once. So I finally, after all this time, decided, you know what? Let's hang out, Jeremy. Now, little known fact about Jeremy. Jeremy did not have a Polish sausage between legs. No. They did not have a deflated football, a Dre Beats pill. There was no Lincoln log hanging between the legs. As a matter of fact, I had no idea what was between their trousers. No clue. No idea. I just knew that they were a man. Because we spoke like men with each other. We spoke like boys. Spoke like Sharon speak. That's how we communicated with each other. Two sausage-wielding heroes of legend is how we spoke to each other. So I was expecting somebody to come over with the aura of sausage. However, they came over with the aura of androgyny, and that made me a little bit curious. As a matter of fact, I was a little bit aroused. Now, naturally, I'm biflexual. I flex on both genders. Pow pow, I do that. That's me. That's how I operate. That's how I am as a person. However, what I witnessed was something different. A daintiness to their aura. Something that indicated that they may have beef curtains betwixt the legs. And that triggered something inside of me. It triggered me asking questions. I said, hey, are you trans? And they said, yeah. Cool. Just wanted to know, that's it. Anyways, we continued the day. However, as we were playing UFC, it was getting heated. It was getting very, very sweaty in the room. As a matter of fact, so sweaty that I had to turn up the AC, thus raising my bill, thus ruining my finances because I didn't have a job and I was ruining my entire life. However, upon noticing the AC being turned on, my brother immediately rushed in the room. Who touched the thermostat? Like a dad. He came in. I was living with him at the time. I said, I'm touching the thermostat. He said, oh, you got a friend over. Much like a father. Asking questions. Saying, what's your name? My friend retorted and said, well, my name is Jeremy. He said, oh, cool. Well, I'm CJ. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. CJ immediately said, so, you a Nigga? Or are you a Bitch? Immediately. Because my brother was from the hood. That's right. He's one of those people that lives and thrives from the sheer idea of ignorance. Ignorance is his driving mechanism. The confines, the engine that runs his heart is ignorance. Wearing do-rags all the time, always having his hair done, and having count them, two baby mamas. That's right. And my friend looked at my brother and said, well, if you must know, I'm a trans man. My brother CJ immediately stopped him and said, whoa, hold on, stop right there. I'm thinking a scrapping is about to happen, a scuffle. My brother was not progressive at all. He is not a car insurance company in any capacity. I was a little bit concerned. I knew I was probably going to lose my friend who I just met. I knew that this was probably going to be the moment where I was going to get canceled and dragged online for having a brother and associating with somebody that was not too quaint on the LGBT LBLT. I was a little bit absurd. I was a little bit concerned. I was a little bit stressed. I was sweating, not because of the heat. We turned the AC on. I was sweating because my entire livelihood was about to be destroyed. I was thinking of my online presence. I was thinking of my clouts that I was going to lose. My brother looked at my friend, trans, and said, you just a man, right? And tapped him on the chest. Boop, boop, twice. You a trans man? You just a man. They ain't no trans man. You just a man, right? You a boy. You one of the boys. I had never heard something so accepting and ignorant in my entire life. Trans radical misogyny? Hold up a second. Trans inclusive misogyny? Wait, hold up a second. How did that happen? He's so ignorant and so unprogressive that it somehow looped to being progressive. I was baffled. It messed me up deeply. My friend had looked at him and said, yeah, actually, yeah, I'm just a man. I'm just one of the boys. And they loudly proclaimed, yeah, and then they said Nigga. I want to point out my friend is of caucus variety. They are a acetaminophen agent, a vanilla gorilla, one might say, a palm-colored person, a useless crayon, one might say. And they said that with their whole chest, and my brother said, "Oh yeah, you in here now," dapped him up, and played UFC with us. It was an amazing showing of camaraderie, not judging you for what's in your pants, but what you believe you are. Simply doing the premise of identity. It's kind of like having a Discord call where you don't see anybody's face, you just hear their voice, guessing what they look like, never knowing who they are. Truly not judging a book by its cover, but simply by the contents of what's in the book without even picking it up and turning pages. Just understanding the book. That is what happened. I've never seen this before in my entire life. They became friends, homies, brothers, one might say. And it was amazing. I had never seen something so unabashedly ignorant come through in true fruition. Afterwards, they stopped saying trans whenever they called themselves a man. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And then I watched them get into an argument with another trans person, saying the trans experience is something unique. It's different. It is something that is holistically exclusive to trans people. Trans are separate than men and women. We have to accept that. My trans man friend Jeremy said, "Nope. I'm a man. I want to be a man. I'm a man." Thus causing infighting within the community. Thus causing a further divide within a group that's already small. I was a little bit perplexed. I thought I caused an issue. They had never felt so vindicated in their life. He looked at me and he said, "The end goal of my journey, my body experience to be a person, is to become who I really want to be, a man. I don't want to be just trans my entire life. I want to be a man. My gender, the societal acceptance, the bravado, the want of being a man, the idea of being a man. I want that." And obviously, the trans experience is different for everybody. Your journey of identity, the great quiet battle with oneself, is so unique to each and separate person. And this is a one-off instance. This is obviously is not a tribute to every single person, obviously, but it was amazing. It was a crescendo of events met by ignorance, born of acceptance, put together to smack dab in a little cutesy kiss of love and acceptance. And I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. I had never seen somebody be so ignorant that it somehow became accepting and progressive. My brother famously stated, "I'll give you 4. I think about this all the time. My brother said, "I'll give you boy, girl, both none." I said, "Why boy, girl, both none?" He said, "Well, between your legs, you're going to have one of 4 things. I said, 4 things? Yep, you're either going to have a sausage link, an ovarian cave, a combination of one of those 2 things, or nothing. Or nothing. Ken doll, Barbie status, or nothing. I don't care about XY chromosomes. I ain't smart. I don't care about none of that. I care if I'm in or out. In or out of what? And not the person. If you got a sausage link between your legs, I'm not in. If you got a hole that's a goal, I'm in. You feel me? I'm a whole sexual. You got a hole, I'm in there. But what about the butt?" He said, "Nope. I don't even mess with that. I don't like the poop shoot. That's not how I operate." I think about how ignorance of a child, one might say, the ignorance of a child is represented so deeply in my brother. It's probably why he feels so young to me, despite the fact that he is my older brother. It's so strange to see that. My brother met my trans friend and had the greatest interaction of all time I've ever seen. I think about this a lot. It shaped me somehow. Thank you.